into, lose yourself into the AI, break into the algorithm. And I'm amazed that you're able to be front running this front. Good job queuing up. Lose yourself into the AI algorithm. Save yourself from the algorithm and save yourself from the Web3. Web3 is one of those situations, it's so messed up that it just can't be fixed. Kind of like Web3, because the person who coined Web3 just skipped ahead and did Web 12. Instead of asking why the dumpster fire is on fire in a dumpster, maybe we can ask ourselves, hey, this Larry Chang guy, intelligent, where are we benefiting from Asian intelligence enough? Web 12. I did not break Web 3, but I called it. I called it because Web 2 was weak in the knees. And it really didn't fix until Web 5, the Bitcoin wave. Do me and Sharky think that Web 5 is the end all be all? Until July 11, 7/11 day, which is, let's lose ourselves into the Asian intelligence. Let's break away from the algorithm. Earlier, we connected to people who are super fans, hater into super fan, critic into super fan. I don't want that journey to not result in a W, which is, you're in too many of Larry Chang's live feeds. Good job, because you should be focused on what? Getting better between videos. That's why the algorithm is your friend, but it's also not your worst enemy, but it is an enemy. Are we able to get better between videos? The point of the algorithm is to benefit whom? The company coding up the algorithm. Is this the first time I've run into an algorithm? No, Fair Isaac had a credit scoring algorithm, David Rorsheim. Because what Duck9 is, open sourced, is going from deeply understood credit knowledge to deeply understanding capital knowledge, deeply understanding crypto knowledge. Sup, Larry? Are you still live? Beetle, welcome back. It's good to hang out with you. It's good to hang out with you. Lose ourselves into the Asian intelligence. By doing what? By making decisions with third party dissociative action, meaning you're not making decisions as you in the first person. You're that warrior that is remote controlled by a person with no hesitation, a person with no deviance, a person with pure focus of pure mind, such as when the video game character Larry Chang goes to cold open females. Can't fail, won't fail, can't stop, won't stop. Cannot be canceled because I'm doing so risk free. I'm winning while not risking anything, convincing you that you don't need money or a risk mindset? Are we going to lose ourselves into the Asian intelligence? Are we? Look at how hesitant you are to distribute. Look at how hesitant you are to like yourself. Look at how hesitant you are to like something that is purely good for you. Look at your notes, because we get to be better not from an algorithm that comes to our phone, aka the social media feed, also known as the all powerful social media algorithm that's powered on attention seeking negativity. Why? Because if it bleeds, if the headline bleeds, if the person bleeds, it leads in the headline. Does bleeding out other people help us? Ever? Ever? It entertains us, but then does not serve us. Something I used to think was people that are smart automatically do well. And what I've met here, the people I've met are incredibly smart, but something's not quite DJ'd in correctly. Kind of like there's a song towards remixing, because you can ask me what my body count is, but then when you're taking down 2 a week, it pretty much racks over 1,300 pretty quickly. But then from an accounting standpoint, the accounting standpoint of Japanese baseball league style is realizing Ichiro Suzuki, he got struck out by a teenage girl in a Japanese exhibition game. He blew a gasket in JBL, Japanese Baseball League. How does this relate to the title of this room? It's losing yourself into the Asian intelligence. For you to be hezzy on the like by stealing attention, yet having the the non sequitur comment DJ'd into a joke, for you to not triple like that or at least laugh, means that you're dishonest. It also means that you may not actually be listening to this because you're a chatbot going room to room. 30-second timeout. I'm going to go to a full 60. I'm going to a full 60. Who listens to text messages? Who listens to text? Who listens in a monologue? Do you know how hard it is to listen in a monologue? There are not multiple people talking. There's one person talking. Yet I'm listening, which is Vladimir Putin telling me that it's a woman pretending to be a man. Because when you're actually a woman, this makes so much more sense. This makes so much more sense. Alperer says blind people. Alperer, we say, we can make fun of me squinting, but my eyes are pretty almond shaped. So you could say that they're squinting, or you could say that eyes wide shut. First ask, what's JBL? Second ask is is 10-second timeout. Coming out of the timeout, you don't talk about the timeout. Coming out of the timeout, you springboard forward. So coming out of the timeout, you don't just repeat the prior thing. Coming out of the timeout, you come out springboarding. Dare I say, guns blazing. Sean Momo says, you're obviously a woman. You got to take more. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that my pronouns are week to week. What good things happened for all y'all? What good things happened this week? In my part of the country, it's Friday. My part of the country. We're not here to risk money to make money. We're not here to do that. So if you're asking to invest $1,000, like you don't need money to make money. VP, I talk a lot of cold open smack, but if I'm going to be honest, I just show up. I just show up and magic happens. Table tennis is amazing. On the Moon says, Cheng wanted to install a NOS kit on my Honda earlier. So a NOS kit is an external API, and I'm answering two questions at one time, which is, hey, what do you do? A NOS kit is an external API to Honda, meaning after Honda sells you a NOS kit, why are there a virgin number of likes? What's wrong with you? Not for my sake, but what's wrong with you guys? With what's wrong with you guys? Simon, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Simon. I also appreciate tough love of helping you go from room live feed to live feed, having improved something specific. Getting off of 0 web pages, drafted up, web 12. Getting off of 0 emails sent, web 12. Assembling 12 sentences in a summary published to your web page or to my web page. Full timeout for my A plus student, Simon Tiny PP. Of course you know that. Thank you. A lot of things wrong with us, buddy. That's not true. Our attention is pretty high and pretty awesome. Good job paying attention. Ooh, I used to think that cooking food was intimidating. Being able to cook food in an Instapot involves one protein, which is a crappy cut of meat, carrots, onions, a can of mushroom soup. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. Did we just go from vibe coding our brain to vibe cooking to improving our digestive tract to drop perfect deuces? Bristol 4, We're talking lamb shoulder. We're talking beef that is in the dollar range of $5.50 to $11. Basically $9 to $11, like $10 cuts of meat. Also, you can you can Instapot pressure cook sirloin. I was getting scary thoughts. I'm going to time you out even though I appreciate you because I want your brain to be disciplined because if you're going to hurt yourself with negative thoughts, I'm going to put you in a timeout so that way you can get centered and then come back better. 10-second timeout where we can grieve, but instead of negative attention, we're going to be chapow, 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 which almost sounds like a cheapow. I used to think that Chinese girls who wore a cheapow were hookers, but then I got legit smart Chinese girls to wear a cheapow in the morning because that's awesome. Before the startup, Paul Graham, is that your blog post or is that lecture 3 of CS 183B? Because that's lecture 3 of CS 183B. Question, question, question. Giuseppe, how have you gotten better between Larry Chang live streams? Who calls Stanford University content book, chapter, and verse? That would be Larry Chang. www.paulgraham.com/ds. Do things at ds.htm. paulgraham.com/ds.htm, which is do things that don't scale. Check the URL. Swear this guy is a new hat every stream. Good eye. Is this stream number 2 for you? Because you're part of the people that I'm going to start timing out because I love you, I care about you, yet I can't have you be thinking that this is an awesome cult because we are not going to start a cult. We're going to come, grow, and then go. And if you're going to come, that's okay. But you've got to grow and then go, meaning you can't just keep being a part of my audience. Yeah, no. We're not going to join the cult of personality and we're not going to go cargo shorts. I've definitely improved the last 6 days. I'm halfway through Psycho-Cybernetics and have been able to use AI to create code for my first webpage. Email me. In fact, if I don't get an email from you right now, I'm putting you in timeout. And I love you. And also, I'm kind of desperate for viewers because I only got like 6 right now. So, can you do something so that way I don't have to put you in timeout? This is like me having to like be mean to somebody for their own good. Because you can tell I really need to have you in here. Like I benefit more than you benefit. Oh wait, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Oh wait, that's the whole point. Oh my God, I just made my point right in front of everybody. Was that an accident? Or am I just that good? Seriously, Giuseppe, email me. Lawrence.chang@gmail. I say Soto. I kind of want to Pearl Harbor Giuseppe right now. Do I have a little bit of Jap blood running in me? Yup. I identify as a Japanese woman with estrogen and Japanese DNA. Ooh, Japanese DNA tonight might be a good idea. I'm seriously not getting a email. So Giuseppe, see you later, buddy. 15-second timeout. Oh, there's no option for a 15-second timeout. I'm just gonna have to pin it. Yeah, Pearl Harbor. Like, oh, everything's fine. Boom. Bye-bye, USS Arizona. Bye-bye, USS Arizona. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, soft R. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Uh, don't laugh. I have people that kamikaze into the ocean of Larry Chang's brain, which is not good. No email. Sorry, buddy. No email. Sorry, buddy. Giuseppe, see ya. Uh, I can seal and do carry. Why? Because I am amphibious. That's why I conceal and con carry. Amphibious, meaning I can throw very hard with both arms because I have an arm cannon. You can't see the rotation. Here, I'll show you with my off arm. Look at that. I haven't even warmed up. Think David and Goliath if Goliath had a cannon for an arm. Think David and Goliath if Goliath had an arm and an arm cannon. Like David would be just like I would have I would have thrown a rock through David's head from like here to here to here to Osaka, the Ritz Carlton at Osaka, which is Ritz Carlton, David Rorsheim. Hey, no email. There's an I before the A in Chang, and Lawrence is spelled Lawrence. Silicon Valley, the seafood app. That's season 3, episode 9. Book, chapter, verse, baby. Book, chapter, and verse. Yeah, no email, buddy. Do you know how to email? You know how to sit in rooms, mentor to mentor. Have you tried networking with the other patrons? I am networking with the most important people. I can't understand what you are speaking on. Do you have any general questions or generally? Well, step 1, Carlos, turn the TV off. Busted. Busted. I can tell your TV's on. It's distracting me. No email? That seems to be the end of the world. Being able to execute an email is kind of critical. You have your TV on right now. Giuseppe, text me. My phone number is right there in my info. Yeah. Leave bed, and go get, leave bed, and go get, leave bed, and go get a pen. Listening in bed. Your phone should never touch your bed. I used to think that people who can't sleep very well wake up retarded. Now I know that people who have a phone near their bed are basically dropping their IQ 30 points, which is which is which is the ability to sleep healthfully is critical. I'm not going to say mouth tape, but breathing in and out of your nose while not having your phone even in the same room is critical. The name of this video, it's called Lose Yourself in the Asian Intelligence. It's not a, yeah, Carlos Coelho, related to Paulo Coelho. Have you read my sequel book, By the River of Putty? I got crushed, so I sat down and cried. By the River Piedra, I sat down and wept. By the River Putty, I constrained positive air flow, constrained pressurized air flow. Julian Bruni, Larry, for what I know, if you became broke, how would you make it back? Thanks. Julian, what a great question. One, I would sleep and dream about my goals. Two, I would remove my phone from a 25-foot vicinity around my bed because phone notifications chiming off, women booty calling me would ruin my sleep. It's kind of like sleeping with a 6'1" girl who's 38, 27, 39, boobs, waist, hips. You're not going to sleep well. You're not going to sleep well. And she eats a lot of seed oils, therefore, she has nocturnal gas. So if you're making her little spoon and she has explosive flatulence on your dick, it's not going to be good and it wakes you up, which is not just 20 fingertip push-ups to help you palm a basketball. It's how to make money with no money, which is lose yourself into the Asian intelligence. Constrained positive air pressure, constrained positive, constant pressurized air positive, CPAP. Page 43 of a book, James Nestor, Nadi Shodhana breathing. This is what you should be doing if you didn't leave bed like the Asian intelligent person told you to. In through the nose, out through the other side. In through the nose, out through the other side. In through the nose, out through the other side. Do you see how like both sides are in and out? So it's not trust me, bro. It's James Nestor. There, I'm your bibliography. Ian Soto. You can make over 100K sitting on a median with a cup. Yeah. We're gonna time you out on that because that's some just like, okay, so this is how most people make money. One, they beg for it. Two, they look for the government or some powerful organization to give them permission to take money. Like the whole money grubbing process is a lack of sophistication of people trying to make money. The only way to make wealth and be legit, and it's super easy right now because everyone's brain's broken, is you hunt for problems and then you solve them. Most people cannot solve a problem. Most people think that money is just sugar daddy, give me money, or doing quasi prostituted things that are a form of, can I scam the government into giving me money? I solve physics and math problems sometimes. I'm talking about business problems. because a lot of physicists and math majors end up making not a lot of money. Giuseppe, where's that email, dude? Well, at least you're not on the stream talking because I don't see your email. Just text me. My phone number is right there on my YouTube. Cold opening. VP wants to talk about cold opening. We raw dog, meaning we don't touch anything. We're comfortable with ourselves. We're not locking eyes for eye contact. We are centered, grounded, and not touching anything. Allowing people to assess you in a bar or social event is critical. This is how most people have to stand. Their phone's here, doom scrolling, while their drink is their baby bottle or they have a little straw. This is how they drink. And they're scrolling. Look around at people when you're people watching. A person whose hands are dropped down by their sides and then comfortable. And then if you have friends, don't talk to your friend like this. Oh, there's a girl. Oh, there's another girl. Like it's called rubbernecking. We don't want to rubberneck. We're 6'5". They'll figure it out later. They'll figure it out later. That was me right now. You were placed in timeout. Clint Eastwood has joined the chat. What you meant is, if you correct me if I'm wrong, when it's time to drink water, you drink water. If I were to start with 0, this is what I would do. I would grab a notebook. Good job. Good job, Julian. You want to keep a notepad of paper. George chimes in. You ain't no real cowboy. Is this where black people tell my friend Barack Obama that he's not black enough? Is this where Chinese people say, OMG, you are so Chinese? Is this where Caucasian people say, not only do you have honorary white status, you're the whitest white guy I've ever met? Ditto my brothers who tell me that they give compliments. VP says, I've been taking notes. Giuseppe says, I don't know how to email, and I have not tried to email lawrence.chang@gmail. Placing you in a timeout, spending too much time in rooms, socializing, not enough time shipping. If you can't Google Larry Chang net worth, then stop asking questions. That this is what I would do if I had no money. I would ask empowering questions that power you and power me by asking, hey, how many girls you fucked last month? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Is this page 60 of Jim Quick's book, Limitless? Yes. What are the 14 numbers? What are the 4 numbers for Limitless? Jimmy Dean 77 says, dang, Giuseppe got smoked. I don't get, actually, I do get it. I used to think that the FOMO would be from people that would listen and then write some some non sequitur FOMO comment, but it turns out it's just a FOMO spammer. It's just a FOMO spammer. VP, thank you for your attempt, VP. It's 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 Web one. It's Web one. It's Web one. So you guys are joking about Web four. This is this is this is Marina. I treasure you. I care about you. 10-second timeout. You got to fix your brain by learning how to learn, and you already know how to learn. You just need to pay attention when you're listening, because that would help you out greatly and it would fix your brain. So I realize you're super attractive and that normally you get away with it. Normally you get away with it. That is negative attention. That is negative attention, and normally you get away with that. So I'm going to encourage you to heal before this live stream ends in 4 minutes. So you're going to heal. You're going to heal. Why? Because you choose to not, oh, well, Larry gave me attention because I felt bad. So I'm going to keep feeling bad and then I get some Larry love. Yeah, we're not doing that. It's you get better and then you make me feel better while you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility. It's base, but it's also accountability. Accountability. A count, because the room is called Yield to the Asian Intelligence. Yield. It's the name of the room. Giuseppe, WTF. Websites to fix. WTF. Also, what the fudge, dude? No email. At least say that you tried to email it. Uh-oh. Do you not know how to type? Hassan King says hi from China. Greetings, Hassan King. Marina Afton has turned it around saying, what's the funny joke tonight, Larry? Here you go. So I'm walking along shore and all these starfish have washed upon the shore. The storm, it washed the starfish in. And of all these starfish, I've got to throw one back. And as I'm saving one starfish from dying, what happens is we don't ask the starfish, hey, are you FOMO? I can't send an email, too scared. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Too scared to execute. But you're comfortable just sitting there listening to the same drivel that I'm dropping. I'm going to miss you for 30 minutes. Send an email. RH, hey Larry, thanks for the loaner. What we're doing is we're seeing that the humor is going from here to there, not from there to nowhere, because lobbing in Hail Marys doesn't help. Because Giuseppe, being real and a really big super fan, causes me to say, if you can't email someone, how are you going to ask someone for $800? Like, why are you listening to stories about, not stories, protocols about how to pull money when you can't cold email? This isn't even a cold email. This is a warm email. This is a warm email where I'm asking you to email. Remember, you had sentence 1 was going to be this, sentence 2 was going to be that. No, It's just try to put together 12 sentences. In fact, one sentence, because you can't email a warm email. This is not a cold email. This is a warm email. Thank you, Siolufino. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that 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 you are a money virgin. Money Afton, I don't know. I can't find nobody's Gmail. Hey, Giuseppe, let's go. Even though you're in timed out, let's use this timeout to hit that email. To hit that email, just send one sentence, which is, I was really scared. Like, why are you scared to send email when you just talk on this feed constantly? Like, just constantly. Hello, I am Larry's email, and I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I know Larry has a million emails, but I'm hungry for more. I want to be a billion email collector. I'm scared. Everyone encourage Giuseppe to be bold enough to email Larry Chang at lawrence.chang@gmail. Seriously, everyone encourage him. Everyone encourage him. Larry, how do you think when investing into a business? Thanks. Yeah. Do I look like I risk money to make money? What the F, dude? And you're welcome, because I just taught you everything about money. Because software ate the world. No, no, no. Positivity, Jimmy Dean. Positivity. Okay? It's not he embarrassed himself. He's like 10 million miles ahead of you. Positivity. Larry, how do you think when investing in a business? I think I answered that, right? Which is, you don't want to risk money to make money. No, VP. Use your real name. Like, you can't even use your real name. At least Giuseppe's maybe a nickname. Chug a drink for a sub. You look like you think I care about a subscriber? You're timed out. Chug a drink for a sub. Maybe for a submarine, like a $190 million submarine. Anthony Enriquez, how have you gotten better, superfan? How have you gotten better, superfan? You've watched like 10 Larry Chang videos. No, 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 Marina. Be positive for Giuseppe. Anthony Enriquez, have you emailed me? Euler99. I'll call you Johnny Dang. Larry, maybe some people don't want to use their real names. Oh, no, no, no. You can totally not use your real name. But when you're making money, you're going to kind of lawrence.chang@gmail. Love you, buddy. 60-second timeout. Okay, so I used to think that DJ names and crappy email addresses showed how people were going to be poor and stay poor. DJ name, which is hoping that you can find some defect in a perfect shot of DNA into my mother, Aranda Cow Chang. Therefore, 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 producing one Larry Chang. Oh, good job, Anthony Enriquez. Good job, Anthony Enriquez. Will you write a blog post about how you made $156 in 2 hours, please? Maria, hi. Chat what to do when a guy left you on when a guy left you on deliver for like 5+ months. You just like that a sticker and view your profile. That was 3 days ago. He's on deliver now. I left him like that forever. I think what happened was he got confused, and he also was wondering why you never listened to him, because if you listen first, then you can connect, and then when you connect, you're able to bond. And maybe he just realized that you weren't a very good listener. You're hot, I'll give you that. You're very attractive, very attractive, but attraction only goes so far, because he was super good looking. Admit it. Admit it. He was super good looking, and you kind of messed it up by doing self-destructive, self-sabotagey things. Be real. Give in to the AI. Give in to the AI. You can do it, Giuseppe. Don't be scared, bud. Good job. Yesterday was more. Maria, it's not about it. I told him about my feelings. He said, "Who are you?" and said it doesn't matter. So he did that. So, yeah. So respond to what I'm saying. Respond to what I'm saying. Respond to what I'm saying, not you waiting to like talk. Respond. Ray, this guy be great to prevent someone from ending their life. Epstein, okay? Epstein didn't kill himself, so I don't know if I can do an intervention there. And yes, I do NLP. So just shy of 3K today. Good job, buddy. What are you selling before I say good job? It's legal, isn't it? Anthony Enriquez, is that like it is for you? This guy will be great. The Bullet Traders, Larry, I ran across this channel doom scrolling for a few minutes. What are you teaching? I'm learning from people by joining brains together for what they don't teach you in school. This is a offshoot into what they don't teach you in school and thoughts that I used to think, culminating into lose yourself into the AI, the Asian intelligence, save yourself from the algorithm. Basically, it's a long-winded way to say put pen to paper. Basically, it's a stand-up comedy show that gets people to realize that a joke I made is actually real. Have you taught people in the cafe restaurant about Web 12? Oh, that's a really good question. Dilbert, I know it's ready. I know it's ready. Cool. Cool. I'm happy for your sexuality and for like up and down with the money. What do you sell, Anthony Enriquez? Or email it to me. This is what happened during a YouTube content creator meetup. I unleashed all 488 points of my IQ in the same way that I do on these live feeds. And OMG, people's face, it was hilarious, because I kind of always wonder what people's reactions are to the AI. Lose yourself into the Asian intelligence, save yourself from the algorithm, which is I talked and talked, listened, I took notes more than everybody combined times 10, So when smart people and dumb people hang out, smart people get smarter. And before you say, Larry, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a bigger room or better people. People who say that don't know what it's like to be the smartest person in Silicon Valley as the third institution of Silicon Valley. Stanford University, Y Combinator, with Giuseppe chiming in some pretty genius shiitake on Paul Graham. And Giuseppe, since you're listening but can't talk, email me the AI summary for the Paul Graham lecture number 3, CS183B. Because Giuseppe, you're never going to make money with Web 12 if you can't email. Anthony Enriquez, while what you're saying is actually true, it's too compressed, which is also something I noticed, which you guys should write down. It's called premature compression. I say the things I say. I made it as simple as I possibly could. Don't make it any simpler because then you'll have lost it, which is why the full transcription of these feeds is important. Lose yourself into the Asian intelligence, save yourself from the algorithm. When you say, we are the problem, well, you're accurate, but that doesn't help you. Or, women are my problem. What? Or, you're part of the problem, Larry. You are in my algorithm. Yeah, but what you're missing is pen to paper Web 12. Tommy, nah. Tommy, I know you're new and I don't care if you sub and you probably already didn't like, but when you're self destructive to yourself, 10-second timeout. Bullet Trader says, what's Web 12? Thank you. Web 12 is Web 1, Web 2, but Web 12 is Web 1. What was Web 1? The World Wide Web. Each web page costs like 80K. Now it costs $8 for a year. Duck9 guy, deeply understood Chinese knowledge. Duck9. Lose yourself into the Asian intelligence. I consent to you culturally appropriating. I consent to you culturally appropriating. Having so much hair causes my head to sweat. But guess what? I need my thinking cap on. And I need women to not throw vagina on me because they see the waft of hair and they're like, Lady Boner, engage. Lady Boner, engage. My Lady Boner is doing very well because we're talking about Web 12. It's Web 1 too. Problem. Web 2 sucks. That's the algorithm. Save yourself from the algorithm. What's Web 12? You write a web page, I react to your web page. It's called WordPress trackbacks. Is this a 20-year-old technology respun into Web 12 because I'm friends with Matt Mullenweg? Yes. One of the people that were at my YouTube influencer said, oh, AI is just fake. Companies just claim that they have it. I'm like, thank you for telling me that you didn't go to college. And it's not even that college is required, because it's not. But just because you think that college is just a piece of paper precludes you from this simple fact. I can tell when people can't learn. And then now, what's Web 12? It's learning how to learn. Carlos Coelho, did you falsely accuse some guy of stealing artwork summer 2008? 1, that was my party at TechCrunch. That makes me the co-founder of TechCrunch Disrupt. 2, It was the general manager of the hotel, the Four Seasons. Did I do the grand opening for the Palo Alto Four Seasons? Yes. Did Kai Peter Chang get drunk, take off his shoes, and then pull art off the wall? Yes. And was he crashing TechCrunch? Yes, because that was my party. Are we friends now? Also, yes. Did I countermeasure his accusations? No, because I post pin neg, which is me winning at Web 2 because the social web, does it make you feel very loved and connected? Nope, it doesn't. Therefore, Web 12. So, did I falsely accuse some guy of stealing artwork? Kelly Nelson still works at the Four Seasons. And Kai Peter Chang has gone from hater to friend who also does stand up comedy. He also has a dog in a bag. He loves Larry Chang. And haters are just basically fans wearing a slightly different flag. Do you think you guys work as much as manual laborers to make money in tech? So, what you're asking is a macroeconomic philosophical question, which, when you ask macroeconomic philosophical questions, what's going to happen is you're disconnecting from why do people get paid? Because the manual worker is paid to make a hole in the ground and work in that hole. A male gigolo is paid to find the G spot. Who should get paid more money? The money prostitute, or the banker, or the person running deeply understood capital knowledge? In this world, we don't get what we deserve. We get what we pay for. Vlad VP drops in the joke of what's Web 6? Not knowing what Web 4 is because there's only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 12. Who stole Web 5? 10 years after I coined Web 5. Jack Dorsey, Twitter, also with the Yoel Roth, Yoel Roth, Roth, Twitter's director of safety, who literally wrote a PhD thesis on can students 15, 13, 11, and 9 give consent to teachers that want to fornicate. PhD thesis at Penn University. Jack, he forgot to answer the question because someone asked him, hey, this is Larry Chang stuff. Jack Dorsey, tell us about Web 4. So I enjoy you, but once you start to talk about UBI as not a probability but a certainty, you're doing macroeconomic armchair quarterbacking. Timed out. Timed out. Anthony, oh goodness. This is the problem with UBI because we're not leaning into the Asian intelligence. We're being coded by the algorithm. Is that there's not enough Chinese people to make UBI work in America. It works in China because Chinese people just work super hard. But in America, there's not enough Chinese people to pull the weight of all the white and black people who don't do enough of the work to get paid. Look at how hard I'm working here. Look at how hard I'm working here. I'm not getting paid. So until you can get a billion Larry Changs in the United States of America, UBI is going to have a tough go of it, which is understanding believing, and inventing. Can you tell me about some of your secret parties? Yes. MC Hammer, Chameleonaire. Hammer told me to not go to some secret parties because I love secret parties. He goes, hey, some of those parties, they're gay and filled with SA. So I was like, Hammer, are you joking? He's like, no. I'm like, Hammer, you're crazy. 15 days later, yeah. So why didn't you play those guys the dinner you said you offered in 2010? What a great question. So I did pay for dinner, but they wanted me to sit there and eat it with them. Let me repeat that. So it was at Roy's Hawaiian in Austin, Texas. Am I friends with Roy Yamaguchi? Yes. Did I have dinner gift certificates? Yes. I said, who wants me to buy them dinner? And they won the contest and I bought them dinner. They thought I was going to buy them dinner and eat it with them. Like, come on now. Come on now. I'm buying you dinner and you want me to sit and eat it with you? No. Here's dinner. Enjoy eating it. They're like, if you're not going to eat it, we're too shy to eat it here because we don't know if you're going to pay for it. I'm like, what? This is dinner. Like, eat $300 worth of food, but I'm not eating it with you. Why would I sit and eat dinner with you? Because if I sit and eat dinner, I don't get to meet 80 people, right? Because dinner's going to take 90 minutes and I meet a lot of people. So then they're like, oh, I'm going to write a review on you on Quora. And then I read it. I was like, these are undergrad college students. And they're like, oh, he says he cares about students. And I was going to write my side of the story, but then it activates the fact that they got the dinner from Roy's. What was Roy's? It was the reverse VC party where I charged VCs 80 grand. Where am I gonna? I'm not just buying dinner randomly. These VCs gave me middle five figures and I had to spend all of it on food. Do I look like I'm gonna buy you alcohol so you go drive somewhere drunk and then I get sued and lose like 50 million of my 1,500 millions? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm buying you zero point 0.0 alcohol. That's what makes that 2010 hilarious. That's what makes that 2010 hilarious because I did buy them dinner. I just didn't want to sit there and eat it with them. But I also didn't self defend myself. They were undergrads. And it's hilarious because it comes up time and time again. Roy's Hawaiian. Am I friends with Roy Yamaguchi? Yes. Did me and Dave McClure, go to Geeks on a Plane Hawaiian Roy Yamaguchi? Yes. Did we also do San Francisco Roy Yamaguchi? Also, yes. Did we have thousands of dollars in restaurant credits? Also, yes. So for students to think that I didn't buy them dinner when it was an $80,000 comp is ludicrous. Plus, it does make sense that they were too shy to eat dinner in a nice restaurant without me spoon feeding them. Social anxiety, and then the delicious awesome sauce of going to my friend Adam's website, Quora, because right around 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, Quora almost went bankrupt because it wasn't getting enough traffic. No, they weren't lying. They wanted me to eat it with them. And so they embellished the story of, oh, he doesn't want to buy us dinner at Roy's, where I didn't want to eat it with them. And they're like, well, if you're not going to eat, I'm not going to eat. I'm like, what? Like, you guys get dinner. This is your dinner. This is your dinner. I'm not going to sit and eat it with you, right? And then they took offense to it because I said, I will buy you dinner, right? Like, why would I sit and eat it with you, right? You don't get dinner and a show and me spoon feeding you. Thank you for asking, though. Thank you for asking. The reason I didn't respond is, oh, no, no, no. I wanted them to contort the message because it's solid gold. It's solid gold. And the fact that I don't respond on Adam's platform, Quora, makes it all the better because with my prominence, I easily could have squashed it and I could have ruined them. But then me not squashing it just goes to goes to do you really think that I didn't give out the money? Because I actually had a really hard time spending all the money to not have a tax consequence because the reverse VC party had made middle high five figures and I was buying zero alcohol. It's actually hard to buy that much sushi. I know. Third institution of Silicon Valley problems, right? So I actually had to reroute some of the money into food credits in other cities. And other cities got pissed at me because they're like, "Oh, we got $3,000 coming for a lunch with funny money." I'm like, "This is coming from Roy. Stop talking to me about your guys' internal accounting problems." Because when TechCrunch started a new office, guess what food I had on the ready? Roy Yamaguchi. So for those kids to be like, oh, he didn't buy me a $200 dinner, like what? But that's what makes this even more amazing because Roy Yamaguchi of Roy's Hawaiian, of the I'll buy you dinner, that was actually a springboard for multiple cities, Geeks on a Plane Hawaii. Roy Yamaguchi, who's Japanese, launching Momo Kawasaki, which is making money while risking no money. While VC's money for the reverse VC party launched a dozen billionaires at that party. So that negative press, while hurtful to them, was amazing because most people can't discern, hey, what's the story with that? Or people just read it and just say, oh, he must be poor. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, if you think I'm poor, we'll just go with that because I'm not going to sell you on, oh, I need you to think that I'm rich. I need you to tell me who you are. And then when you tell me who you are, now I can code you up using NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. What's up? It's been terrific to hang out. Terrific. High quality.